Alright, so a lot of you guys are worried about how to study for exam 1, whether or not you're understanding the material from these last sections. So I wanted to show you guys some of the resources that are available to you on Canvas. So here's some stuff to try. One, for the X classes, I just added the practice quizzes. So you're going to find those in the modules area. I'll make a link as well on the home page. But under all the knowledge checks, you have practice quizzes. And the way these practice quizzes work is that, let's just preview this. They will work through videos from the lecture notes, which you guys should have already seen, so you can skip them if you want. And then they'll have a question about that video, sort of seeing if you understood the material. These questions tend to be simpler than the ones I put in the knowledge check, though occasionally there are some more challenging questions interspersed. So that's one thing to do, and you have a ton of those. Basically, with the same timing as what we covered in class for those weeks. Next thing you have are study guides. So those study guides we're going to find back in our home page, and I'll make a module for this as well. But if you go to the content resources and click on exam 1 review material, you're going to have a review video, a bunch of old sample exams. I'll bring you guys the printed copy of last fall's exam to class, and then you have these study guides here at the bottom. So if you click on the study guides, they will open up a PDF. Print this, we'll work through it. To me, it makes more sense to work through this than to just rewatch the same lecture videos you've already seen. Because here I've done the same material, I've cut out some of the extra stuff, focused on what's really important, and then after the thing that we're going to have a test question on, there's usually 1 or 2 example questions to make sure you really have it. And you can find the answers to those notes right here as well, so that you can check your work as you go. So that was the second thing, those study guides. And those are nice also, both the practice quizzes and the study guides. They're set up per section. So if you're like, okay, I've got down part 1, that was just definitions, I'm fine, you can focus on part 2 or vice versa. But you can kind of compartmentalize. So you could start right now working on part 1. The review video, this was just referring back to this video here at the top where I break down what exactly I've starred every time I've done a lecture. The knowledge check recap videos, I mentioned those today in class, but I've posted the first one and will continue to post them. You'll find them in the modules area. Under the knowledge check, you'll find the video, and this will link out to a new browser window with a YouTube playlist walking you through why each of the answers to those knowledge check questions were what they were. Practice problems. So these are in the back of the lecture notes. You will also find them on the course in the home page. Again, these are done by sections. You can kind of check in. So if you go to part 1, you'll find the sample problems. These are the same things at the back of the lecture notes. If you bought the lecture notes, you have these. These are more questions I've written, and you'll have a key up before the exam to also check your work to see how you're doing. And then the last thing are the sample exams themselves. Like I said, you have 4 of them posted on the actual review page, and then you're going to have 1 extra, so you'll have 5 total sample exams to use for practice.